Continue with the University of Pittsburgh. Head coach Dan Fisher. Our student athletes are Rachel Fairbanks and Chiamaka Nwokolo. We'll ask again that no cell phone video is taken. Feeds are available at the back. Team videographers can shoot video. They're the only exceptions. We'll get started, Coach, by asking for your opening thoughts.
Well, we're very excited to be back in the Final Four again, and excited to be in Tampa, and had a good training today, and a couple more things we want to do to prepare to play a very good Nebraska team.
And we'll start with questions. We can start in the first row here, please.
Abby Schnabel, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Chia, when you decided to come back for your extra year of eligibility, is this what you had hoped for way back then? And then walk me through what it's been like to come back for a third time.
I mean, yeah, coming back, me and Fish had like a lot of conversations about like what this year would look like, and of course winning a national championship was a big goal of ours, and just like seeing how our team unravels has always just been super interesting to me, and I'm just so proud of this team. So
let's go here, please.
Coach Olivia Babcock was just named the National Freshman of the Year. How much does it mean, not only to you, but just to see her growth over this whole season?
I think it was deserved, and I also think it's just really impressive because there's so many good freshmen this year in college. This isn't just a normal. At least it doesn't feel that way to me. It feels like there's so many freshmen playing big roles on some of the top teams, and she's it's good exposure for our program, and it's good work by her. But she's been incredibly consistent all year, and carried a big load for us.
We can stay in the first row, please.
Leo Haggerty, Amped Up Sports. For both the players, Rachel, start with you. It's a business trip. How do you balance the fact that you got to win 2 more games, but still enjoy the moment, something that you may never experience again?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of priorities. Like, we're very grateful and we appreciate all of this, like, media and like these interviews like this. But like you said, it's a business trip. We came here to play volleyball, and first up is Nebraska, and then our goal is the national championship. But I mean, like you said, it's a business trip.
I have the same exact answer. Like, all of the stuff has been super nice, but the goal is to win a national championship, and I feel like that's where our whole team's minds are at right now.
You can go to the second row on the aisle there, please.
Matthew Scavoloni, Pitt News. Coach, what do you think has made Pitt make 3 straight Final Fours?
Well, each year's been a little different story. But I'll just say we have very good players that care a lot about their teammates and their team culture. We don't have selfish players at Pitt that are in it for the wrong reasons, and we train hard.
And him, he's not giving himself enough credit.
We can go to the back row there, please.
Coach, Greg Eklund, WESA, the NPR station. Hello again.
Hello.
You had said a year ago on the podium at this time that you were doing a couple things better to prepare for that Final Four than what you were doing the year before. So now you're on your 3rd straight. Are you doing anything different? Do you remember what worked,
yeah.
What didn't work last year?
Yeah, I think every year we get a little better at it, but also each year in each city seems to throw more and more things at us. It keeps every year feels like it's becoming a bigger deal. But I think probably more than us as coaches knowing how to prepare for it, probably what separates this year is we just have a lot of girls like Chia that have been Elite Eight, Final Four, Final Four, Final Four. So there's a lot of girls on the team that know what to do.
We can go to the first row here.
Two-part question for you. Chia, I want to start with knowing where the program was when you started and now where you are now, here. What are you hoping people remember about your career here, knowing that it could be over, who knows when, at some point this weekend? And then to Rachel and Dan, can you just speak to the impact Chia has had on this program?
Sorry, could you repeat the first one?
Yeah. The first one, just knowing where you started and now you're in the Final Four third straight time, what do you hope Pitt fans remember from your time at Pitt?
I don't know. I just think that, like, it's just been like a historical time all these years. Just to know that, like, our team, like, genuinely just, like, loves each other. Our coaches, we all love them, they love us, and it's just like it's really genuinely like a good time, and making history with each other is just a memory that we'll like never forget. So I don't know like what to really say about it other than like the love is real and the culture is real, and it's just an amazing thing, and I'm not surprised we are back to back Final Fours because of the stuff that we do every day that we really believe in. So
yeah, I mean, like she said, the love is real, and that stems from the coaching staff and from Chia. And we all pride ourselves on holding each other to very high standards. And once again, Chia is our leader in that, and we just love playing volleyball. And Chia makes it easy to follow a leader that also loves playing volleyball.
Yeah, not every year do you have a natural like one leader on a team, and this year we do, and it's clearly Chia, and we would not be the same team without her.
Go to the second row here.
Dan, Matt Baker with the Tampa Bay Times. You said a minute ago that every year you've been here, it feels like it's becoming a bigger deal to the Final Four. How so? How do you see that?
It seems that, this year I think the size of the arena is bigger. It feels like there's more media and more photo shoots, and there's greetings off the plane to the hotel. There's always something that they're shuffling us around to, and it's all great stuff. But not. We came here to play volleyball.
Back row aisle.
Lee Feinswalk from volleyballmag.com. Dan, as an aside, I think 2 years ago when the same situation was like me and 3 people talking to you. Rachel, the answer might be no, but maybe not. When you guys went to Louisville, was that any kind of turning point, wake-up call, cause to regroup, any of the above?
Yeah, I think that every team has to go through a hard moment and grow from it. I think that was definitely a pivotal point for us, as well as Florida State, just like grinding out the hard times. You have to go through the hard times to excel after.
Florida State was 5. That was a sweep, and that was
yeah.
Let's go to the back row if we could and get to Joey there.
Rachel, it seems like even in a year when volleyball has really grown, even the fringe sports fan is aware of the Nebraska volleyball because of the stadium match and all that. They have a name for themselves, and obviously their accomplishments are great. And now you get a chance to go up against them. How much do you guys relish this particular match, taking on an opponent like that on a stage like this, and hoping to bring out the best that you guys have got?
Yeah, I think that we try to treat every opponent the same. Like, obviously every opponent is different, but we just focus preparing really well and not letting all the outward noise get to us, just focusing on who we are as a team and playing our best volleyball.
You can go here on the edge.
Daniel Gilman, 6 rotations for Chia, and then Rachel. Was there one rally, one block, one point against Louisville last week that you guys kind of felt a momentum shift, or was there one conversation, if it's the same or different? You know what I'm talking about, where that really swung things?
The moment that I felt a shift is when Rachel blocked Anna DeBeer on the outside. It was something that we'd been working on in practice and throughout the game, and then she just got a big block on her, and I was just okay, a big momentum shift. That was one for me.
I I can't really remember a single rally, but I think in between the second and third, we were down by 2. We just all had a group consensus that we needed to flip the switch. But I mean, honestly, it wasn't until like halfway through the third that we really flipped it. But
who led that conversation after the second?
yeah, it was mostly Lexus. She's a 5th-year setter. I think, yeah, she was firing us up, so.
You can go here in the second row.
Hi, Brian Sherry, Pitt News. So this question's for all 3 of you. Obviously, the fans have been phenomenal back in Oakland and traveling and stuff. And from what I've seen, it seems like you guys will have a strong showing from the fan base. What does that mean to you guys, and what will that mean if you guys see that strong showing in the stands come tomorrow night?
Me start? Yeah, the growth of our fan base in Pittsburgh has been phenomenal this year, and I don't know how well we'll travel, but I think to a game, like Wisconsin last year, where like the fans we had were absolutely giving us a lot of energy, and we're right by our bench, and we know our band will be great. So we're we know we'll feel some love. Let's put it that way.
Let's go to the back row here, please.
Yeah, Coach Fisher, you guys had the freshman of the year. Nebraska obviously has a lot of freshmen. I asked Coach Cook, are freshmen maybe better prepared now than ever to be able to step into the big role? And I'm wondering if you think that, and if so, why?
I think so, and I think our national team development system's gotten better, and I think that truthfully club volleyball has gotten better too. So I think between those 2 things, and there's also, our girls didn't do this, but there's a lot of, it seems to be more common to come halfway through your senior year. But yeah, I think you're seeing across the board this year, there's a lot of freshmen that aren't really playing like freshmen.
Go right there.
Coach, you talked about the fans a few moments ago, and I'm wondering, since you have a roster of players outside Pennsylvania, in addition to academics and the program, how much do you sell to them about the city of Pittsburgh? If you could address that, and then if each of the players could address on what you have learned about being in Pittsburgh since you've been on campus.
Yeah, I think it's a huge selling point. And, our team is, they love what the city has to offer. I think they know more restaurants than I do. The thrift shopping or whatever, like there's, Pittsburgh's a great size city because it has all the things that big cities do, but it's not overwhelming, and I think our team takes advantage of it.
I'm from Columbus, Ohio, so it's just a quick 3-hour drive. So I just love our campus isn't very like traditional. I love that you can be like in a different neighborhood in 10 minutes. So I think it's just like you don't see like the same Pittsburgh every day. Like you can be in Shady Side, South Side, and all these different areas. So I just love the different neighborhoods that Pittsburgh has.
Yeah, my answer would be similar to that. There's just like so many different, like, the campus of University of Pittsburgh is like it's like integrated with the city, and then there's also greenery, there's parks, but then the city of Pittsburgh, there's just so many different aspects to it, like Chia was saying. But yeah, I mean, just the culture of Pittsburgh too is cool.
You can go right on the end there.
Whenever Coach was talking about the Pitt fans and then the Pitt band, you guys like started getting a little happy about that. What does the Pitt band mean to you guys?
We love our band. We love them so much. I mean, I think it also helps that they like love watching us too. Like they actually get very into the games also. And we all, like some of us have like a few friends on the band team, and they're just like they help us dance after each win. So we just love them a lot.
We love them
a lot.
We can get down to the first row here, please.
Chia and Rachel, what do you guys remember from your first Final Four experience, and how does it compare to what you've experienced so far here?
I would say, I think that like right when we got here, so it was my freshman year, the first Final Four, it was just like, wow, we made it. But this year it's like, we deserve to be here. We are not done yet.
Yeah, I was going to say when we first made it, it was like, wow, we're in the Final Four, and now it's like, okay, we have 2 games left, so.
Let's go 2 here, please.
This is for Dan and Rachel. Obviously, you have experience with Merritt Beeson. You coached her, you played with her at the Pan Am, and then also last year against Florida, you played against her and coached against her. I mean, what makes her such a great player, and how have you seen her grow in her time with Nebraska this season?
I've coached her, and Rachel's been teammates with her, and I think, well, she's hitting more bics, I think, than she did in the past, and I think I just think she's gotten more consistent. But I also think it's an interesting matchup because she obviously carries a big load for them, and similar to how Olivia does for us. So, it'll be interesting to see who kind of performs better.
Coach, two-part question. Your last loss was early November. You're on a 9-game winning streak. Are you peaking at the right time? And the fact you had to go 5 games to get here, does that make you battle-tested?
That's the goal, is to be peaking at the right time, and I think we are. And when I saw the bracket, I saw we had to play SC second round. I knew we had a tough draw. But the message to the team was, but if we get there, we're going to be battle tested and ready. And so, definitely.
Go back here in the front row.
Dan, earlier you mentioned that Chia was just a natural leader, and that doesn't happen every team. Can you give an example that maybe we haven't seen of her leadership for your team this year?
Well, I don't know that I would say she natural. I would say that she's the natural leader of this team, but she's worked hard to be a leader by example and a voice in the locker room. And I just really think I had a feeling it would be like this, that the older girls would respect her, and she was one of the captains last year. But then just I really saw her coming back and being a great mentor for our young players, and just hearing how they talk about her is with great love and reverence. And so she's this has been a very, very low drama year. Almost no drama, and it's largely due to her.
We'll go here.
Coach, it seems like you and Nebraska are somewhat similar teams in terms of, obviously, at least statistically, hitting percentage and also holding opponents to a lower hitting percentage. Coach Cook said the same. How do you see the two teams sort of facing off against each other, and what makes the similarity such an enticing matchup?
I agree. I want to say our offensive numbers have been a little better, but we're both very close in opponent hitting percentage. I think maybe the only the biggest difference is we're a little bit more aggressive on out of system balls.
For all three of you, and Coach, starting with you, Tampa has hosted an NCAA football final, 2 Frozen Four, and a women's basketball championship. Trust me, there won't be an empty seat tomorrow when you play. What's it going to be like when you walk out and you hear that deafening sound?
It's going to be awesome. And it's going to be a memory that these girls are going to hold on to. But with that, the way that this year has gone, this isn't like back when I started in the ACC and crowds were a couple hundred. This team is used to being on big stages, and And I think all the teams here are the same way. So I don't foresee the crowd being the final factor for any of these teams.
I was just gonna say that our team tends to play better the bigger the stage, so we're very excited.
That's what I was gonna say too. Bigger the stage, the better we perform.
Chia, Dan mentioned that you took on mentoring the freshmen. Obviously, that's a role for the captain in general, but why was that important to you to kind of help them, especially when you guys are on such a big stage?
I mean, I think that our whole team has like a lot of experience. I think I like said earlier to somebody that our team just has like a perfect balance of newcomers and veterans, that like the newcomers bring this like vibrant liveliness and newness, and then the veterans, like people who've been here like Rachel, Emmy, Valeria, and all of us bring like this just like mature poise, like I've been here before, and it's like just a perfect mixture. So I don't know if that answers your question, but like they just have like we feed off of each other like very well. Like I learn from them, they learn from us, so it's a very good like balanced relationship.
Back to the corner.
Rachel and Chia, what are you telling the freshmen to be ready for this big stage, since you have some experience in it?
I guess it's just like more in the moment type of thing. They already have like that dog in them. Like they have the personality. They don't play like they're freshmen. So it's just like kind of like if we're in a tight moment and like we like see them being like a little tense, like we'll like say what we need to say to them in those moments. But like nothing like beforehand. They know what to do. We've been in a lot of big moments this year. So
yeah, and yeah, if anything, just reminding them to trust themselves, trust their preparation.
Anything further for Coach and the student athletes? Yep, right here, please.
Coach, you faced against Lexi Rodriguez 2 years ago. What makes her such a great libero, and what makes her so hard to plan for, especially in terms of serving?
Yeah, she is certainly one of the best in college, and she's a very good defender, but for me, what sets her apart is serve receive. She's very calm on the ball, and it's pretty hard to. You can get her once, but it's hard to get multiple in a row off of her serve receive.
Go back to the back row there, please.
What do they have to do to beat you tomorrow?
I mean, I think they're going to have to be. I think mostly they're going to have to play great defense.
Any further questions? Coach, thank you. Ladies, thank you. Good luck this week.
Thank you.